And hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today it's going to be different because I want to be talking about some IRL stuff. Mainly today's video is just going to be some criticisms I have with the theorist community and how that can tie in, how this is related to today's world. Just call out some things, not anyone specific, just certain behaviors that we all do that we need to get better and fix at. Ooh, grammar. But the first point I'd like to make today is bias in the theorist community. There's a lot of bias that we are putting in our official theories. And everyone is entitled to their opinion, and I know this. But when we're making official theories and analyzations of things, we need to keep our bias separate. I try to do this the best I can. Sometimes bias does get the better of me, but I always try to keep my bias out of my official theories. Yeah, there's just been some, and this can tie into some outlandish theories. Not really outlandish, but some theories that are out there where they're making these theories that can just be disproved by evidence so quickly and so thoroughly. Again, I'm not going to call out anyone specific because I have seen it throughout the theorist community. But there's just a great example of this, as I'm seeing right now, is with the there's two communities I wanted to talk about that for two different subjects. I think for this one, for the theories, it's murder drones. If you don't know what that is, will link it to, because it's a show here on YouTube, and I will link the episodes or the creator, and then you can see the show from there. But the murder drones community, especially now more than ever, is creating some theories on how this is going to progress. The most recent theory that I can right now think of that this applies to is the Tessa is sin theory. First episode 6, which states that in episode 6, Tessa is actually sin. This can be thoroughly disproven with simple evidence, but people keep thinking. But I've seen a lot of people would just like agree with it and make this theory, and this is our problem. We are either throwing out or not using this evidence in our theories. And it can go with bias. Also, for the analytics side, I'm going to use the Ruby community. I think this is a very great community to use as an example of this. I have came into this very recently. This show very recently. It's on Crunchyroll and other various streaming sites. I think maybe, I'm not sure. So I can't like directly link it because you can't access it for free. I mean, you can watch the show. I mean, you can visit the website for free, but this show in particularly you cannot view for free if I'm correct. But it's Ruby, RWBY. So if you want to go check that out. But this community is peak because a lot of the people who've been with the show longer than I have specifically when seasons 1 through 3 came out, because there's 9 seasons right now. Um, and that was way back in 2013 to 15. Um, the ones that started way back there, started way back then, are very harsh on the newer seasons. And harsh is a great word because they, they don't. They, I feel like they view it and then they don't take into account everything. They're like, they very much bash them, these new seasons, for being horrible, the writing horrible, the way the characters interact horrible. And I just don't see it that way. And I think, personally, uh, the only thing that can come to my mind to explain this is the their bias of being in the community for a long time, for being for watching the show when it first came out, or soon thereafter. Um, and we have to keep our bias out of our analyzation, and to get a very accurate, because I feel that if I known all this criticization before I got on the show, I might have not gotten into the show. And I would recommend to anyone that I recommend this show to not view the critics, to not view any of the comments on this show, because of the bias in it. And I think it paints a very inaccurate picture of the show and the quality of the show. And I just think we need to very much remove this bias. And this is how this is playing into real life right now. Very much specifically the American government, seeing how I am in the United States, then I'm using this as an example because I don't know any other political system or anything. Well, I don't know the politics of other nations. So I'm using the United States politics. We have one side that makes very biased decisions, and we have the other side that also makes very biased decisions, and never takes into account the very obvious facts of things. And the worst part about it all is, and this applies to both politics and actually any part of life. The most radical are heard the most. Like, example. Mustache Man from 1933. The German economy was a toilet bowl. And this man came up and said some good things and a lot of bad things. And because he said it the loudest and played into people's view of things, he was put into power, and we all know how that worked out. And that is what's happening in all aspects. The most radical or the most outlandish are being heard the most in theories and in the government. A lot of my theories are never really heard, and that, again, that could just be the popularity, but I don't see a lot of level-headed theories, and I think this is because of this. The radical are the loudest and are most heard, and same in the government. A lot of people right now are being voted because of some radical ideas. um, and because they are saying some good things, and it's just really bad. And I think we as a society and as the theorist community need to go back to the facts, remove our bias from our official theories and analyzations. Then we can then bring in our own opinion on things, but very much separate the two to the audience. We are not doing that, um, and we very much need to. Um, Maybe we as the theorist community can start the change that the world needs. Um, Thank y'all guys. Thank y'all guys so much for watching and listening. If you have made it this far into the video, um, just thank you very much. Spread the word of this. Maybe share the video with some people. Please, very much please like and subscribe. Comment, very much comment. I want to know all your thoughts, feelings about this subject. Down in the comment section, I'll read every one of them, reply if need be, and I'll see y'all guys next time.